So for today's video, I wanted to first say that maybe I put too much attention and focus towards certain individuals that I knew personally, and not enough energy towards focusing at the real enemy, which is the general society. Because it was people from the general society who allowed certain individuals to push me and make me feel insecure in my sexuality and where I was regarding my MGTOW philosophy. So, yeah, it's the general society, the Nazis and the communists, both the radical right and the radical left, which have created this gender divide and gender war today. And two of my favorite books having to do with revealing the causes and the nature of the gender divide in modern society are 1984 by George Orwell and Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Brave New World talks about the communist side of things, and 1984 talks about the fascist. 1984 shows how the mind control through the media and the school education system brainwashes the women to become blind followers of the party and believers of all the stupid slogans, and therefore they're more brainwashed and likely to rat each other out. And it also talks about how sex deprivation makes the males angry and more willing to participate in the wars that the fascist state promotes. And that kind of speaks about a lot of Trump supporters and their desire to get violent. But same with the communists, because it's all a result of sex suppression, which is why Black Lives Matter was such a violent movement, because the Orwellian state has made sure that the males and females are at war with each other. Therefore, the women are the most likely adherents of feminism and Me Too, and they're running wild, accusing all the males for any little perceived injustice, which is just if a guy makes them feel bad, then he must be a bad guy, so she has to report him. So that's all from 1984. You can't trust anybody around you. That's in the great Orwellian society. And Brave New World also talks about how the promiscuity and the lack of true bonding destroys the male-female relationships. And communists are more gentle about it. They're not as direct, but if you see what Bernard Marx talks about in his struggle, you'll see, and what the Savage talks about, then you'll see what's the problem with the gender, the promiscuity, the lack of intimacy, and all the lies believed by especially the females. And how the values of the mainstream society are set to destroy intimacy in relationships. So yeah, that was my little ideas. You can watch the 1984 movie online. The most thorough one, I believe, was released in 1984. And you can watch Brave New World online. I believe the most thorough one was the earlier version. It's 3 hours long. And I think it was made in the 60s, 70s, or 80s. Something like that. Alright, Kunal checking out with another episode of PMS, talking about Brave New World in 1984. and how you should look up summaries of those books if you want to better understand the state of gender relationships in modern America and the rest of the world.